rise up, head up first, chest up. Let's reach the arms all the way high, touch the palms, and then pull that right into the heart center. Beautiful. Arms reach. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Lift halfway. Inhale. Fold. Exhale. Rise on the inhale. So that's how we do it. We link the breath and the movement. Pull the hands to your heart. We'll add on. Inhale, arms reach. It looks like everybody's with me so far. Exhale, forward fold. As you breathe in, lift your chest. This time, soften the knees. Let's step the right leg back. Keep the right toes on the mat. And then twist open to your left side. Be gentle. Press a little bit into the right hand. Switch hands, yeah. So this is a moment for paying attention, right? This is already a moment of coordination, right? You've got to feel both feet on the ground. You got to root a little bit into the right hand and just work on finding the muscles in your waistline that will help you rotate and turn the spine, and then gaze up. That's it. And then the eyes come down, the hand comes down. Take the left foot and step back. A big step. Downward facing dog. Lift your hips high. I want you to spread your fingers out. Make sure your whole hand is making a handprint on the mat. Lift your hips a little higher and press back with your legs. Like literally feel the quadriceps. That's those big muscles on the front of the thighs. They're going to lift and push back. You'll feel a little more opening behind the knees, maybe even into the hamstrings and the calves. Look for stretches in the belly of the muscle, not so much close to the joint. Let's take one more breath here, and then simply walk your feet to the top of the mat. You got to look forward as you walk forward. Don't look at your feet. Then lift halfway. Inhale. Nice. Fold on the exhale. And then bend both knees. Feet are together. It's called chair pose. Utkatasana, that's my fave. One of them. I've got a few. Yep. It looks like you're starting to like this one too. Sit back a little more in your heels. Some of you look really heavy in the toes and heavy in the knees. That's not so healthy for the knees. And your legs will feel stronger if you kind of use them, right? You sit back a little bit. Nice. Push through your feet, come all the way up. Take a big stretch. And then pull your hands right to heart center. Nicely done. Again, arms reach. Inhale. Forward fold on the exhale. Lift and lengthen. Inhale. Now soften the knees and step the left foot back. It's that low lunge that we did earlier, and then we turn it into a twist. Left hand stays on the ground. Right arm reaches up. And before you get too carried away with the twisting, just ground your feet. Feel all 5 toes on the left foot working. And then really feel the whole foot on the right foot grounding. That'll keep the knee from splaying open. Squeeze a little on your outer hips so that you feel like you have some sense of integration, and then you can turn deeper through the waistline. Yeah. Turn your chest open, take another breath. And then as you exhale, put your hand down. Step back to down dog. Lift those hips, lower the head. Just feel into your body. It's surprising sometimes on a really hot day, we get fatigued sooner. On a cool day, we feel a little stiffer. So actually meet yourself where you are. Let go of expectations of what it's supposed to feel like and just be in what's happening right now. Go ahead, paddle your feet a little bit. So one knee bends while the other one straightens. And that helps you kind of move some extra circulation into the tissue. Yes, push back just a little now. And then look forward and walk your feet back up to the top of the mat. There's a lot of people here today. Inhale, lift halfway. And then exhale, fold. Bend your knees again. Here comes your chair pose. Think about the tailbone pulling down, not under, and certainly not sticking way out behind you. And so you're in charge of the articulation of all of the bones and all of the movements. You're in charge of not overworking some muscles and underworking others. This is how we create union. We create coordination, collaboration, all of the parts working together for one beautiful form. That is yoga. You're learning something way bigger than how to do chair pose. Take one more breath, sit a little lower, and then push through your feet, come all the way up. Let's stretch all the way up to the sky, and then bring the hands back to the heart. All right, inhale, arms reach. We're gonna keep moving. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Go to plank pose, which means both feet step back this time. It's an upper push-up position. Hands under shoulders, nice bend in the toes. That's it. Now, knees down first. And then bend your elbows and lower the chest forward and down. Nice. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. So the reason I ask you to move forward when you lower is so that you don't end up with your booty in the air. You end up laying flat, and you actually have safer angles for your shoulders. So let's just do that one more time. Come forward into plank. You can put your knees down or not, but we're going to lower forward and down. Inhale, cobra pose. It's a gentle back bend. Everyone lift your hands off the mat an inch. Yeah, that'll keep you honest. Hands off the mat, 1 inch. Yeah, so that's more likely what cobra is. Press the tops of your feet down, push through your pubis bone, right? The hips stay grounded, and then lift a little more. Keep grounding from the hips back to the toes. Now put your hands back on the mat and enhance your work. Don't overpower it. Create a little bit sweeter back bend, and then release completely and go back to downward facing dog. Yeah, I don't think you guys like that so much. Keeping it honest, right? We're supposed to stay within the range that feels safe and appropriate for our bodies. We have to be careful with our spines. It's probably the most important grouping of joints in your whole body. Every single bit of information that's happening in your body has to go through those spaces. So we're not looking to pinch them or compress them. We want to elongate. So even now, the tailbone rises and the head drops. The weight of the head pulls some traction. Yeah. Pull the belly up and in. Take a breath. And then look at your hands. Let's step the right foot forward. Right foot steps up. Stay on your left toes. This time we rise. High crescent lunge. Arms sweep up high to the sky. I like it a lot. Now, draw the tailbone slightly down. Open your arms out like a T. We're going to take another twist to the right. We won't stay there long. Don't worry. If you touch somebody, it's okay. It's fresh air. Let's stop being afraid of each other. Right arm is going to reach back now and try to find a touch on your left leg. And then bring your left bicep to your ear. It's so beautiful. Keep it steady from the center. Pelvic floor, legs drawing in. Lift your heart just a little. Maybe even tip your ears back and look up at your fingers. Yeah, that's a challenge. All right, as you look forward, let's bring the right arm up again. Take one more breath right there, both arms reaching. And then exhale, plank pose. Hands down. Step back lightly, lower, nice and slow. Inhale, cobra pose, keep it honest. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, feel into the down dog. Lift from the belly. Create that upside down V and create a little traction and length for your spine. The side waist feels like it's long. Yeah, the limbs are long and straight. Take one more breath. And then look at your hands. We're going to step the left foot to the left hand. Rise up, arms up to the sky. You got to root down to rise up, so you can't just lift. If everything goes up, we lose balance. So everything is done in consciousness. We root down into the feet. Use your right foot mindfully right now. All 5 toes on that back foot, solid in the ground. A little extra energy drives down the left heel. Now lean back. If you're sitting in the crease of your hip, let's get out of there. Push down and lift yourself up and out. I see a bunch of you sitting in that crease of the front leg. Push down into the front leg and lean back away from your left thigh. Open the arms. Let's start our twist. Everyone turns together so we don't hit each other. And then left arm reaches back to try and find the right leg. Right bicep to the ear. Make it feel super long on the side body. If you're holding on steady to one focal point, stay. If you feel like you could take your eyes up to your hand, do it. If you try and you fall, yay, right? At least you tried. And then you pull yourself back together, and then you move on to the next thing. Eyes forward, left arm reaches. Take a deep breath in, and then eyes down, hands down. Step to plank and lower. Knees, maybe, maybe not. You decide. We lower to the belly and take cobra, and then move into downward facing dog. Okay, let's walk our hands back to our feet. Keep the feet hip distance apart. Don't bring them together. I want you to have a little space here. Now bend your knees and sit back. The arms are going to reach forward. Keep the chest low. Keep the gaze down toward the front edge of the mat. Back flat. That's it. Push your feet down and out. Nice work. Now, let the arms drop down toward the floor and then behind you. Lift them high. You don't have to clasp your hands together. I want you to squeeze your upper back. That's all. And then sit a little lower. Yeah, who's getting cranky? Anyone? Not yet? Okay. Sweep the arms forward again, biceps to the ears. And then forward fold. You can say it. Yeah, sometimes it feels good to let something go. Now, I want you to bend your knees a little, like a micro bend. Tuck the tailbone, pull the belly button in, tuck your chin to your chest so your body gets round, and then roll up nice and slow. The head comes up last. Feel a little bit of drag, feel a little bit of squeeze from the hamstrings. Good. Inhale, both arms reach. Pull the hands to heart center and then sit back again. Sit kind of low. We're going to take the right elbow inside the right knee and twist open to the left. Right elbow inside right knee. Now feel the knee push in and the elbow push out. Get a little lock going there, and then let's exalt the arms. That means left arm to the sky, right hand down to the mat between your feet. Yeah, so your arm should be pushing into the knee. The finger touches down because you really want some grounding. Now, really gently, slowly start to straighten your left leg. Maybe it goes, maybe it doesn't. Twisting open, make the spine a little longer. Take one more breath. Head back for me. Head back. Lengthen. Yeah. And then let it go. Fold back in. How sweet. Let's roll up like a rag doll again. Try that. Micro bend in the knees. Pull the belly button in. Round the spine. Stack it up slowly. And then roll your shoulders back. All right. Inhale. Arms reach. Pull the hands to heart center and sit back again. Sit kind of low. Left elbow inside left knee. Feel the relationship. Knee pushing in, elbow pushing out. Exalt the arms. Keep the spine long. Right leg begins to straighten. Keep that relationship in the left arm and the left leg. And try to twist a little bigger from the heart. Looks so good. All right. Start to look down. Let it go. Soften everything. Stay in that rounded form. Belly button in. Micro bend in the knees. Tuck the tailbone. Start to roll it up. Yeah, create heat. Use your muscles to organize your bones. That's not some soft and loose thing. That's like an integrated thing. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale. Both arms reach. Good. Exhale. Forward fold. This time, inhale, look up, lengthen, and then walk it to your plank pose. Walk it out into that upper push-up. Nice. And then lower nice and slow. Inhale, cobra pose. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps up, left foot turns flat. Warrior one. The back foot flat this time, not on the toes. Chest plate forward. Eyes up through the fingers. I think that chest plate forward is the key. Turn the chest. The back foot can turn a little forward too. It's always in the feet. If the feet aren't right, the pose feels awkward. If the feet are right, it feels like steady and effortless. So think about that. When we get caught up in the drama of the upper body and the upper form, sometimes we lose our foundation. There should be a little space in terms of width, right? Side to side. Don't have one foot right in front of the other. If the back foot is a little behind, widen your stance a little bit. So widen your stance for me a little bit. Even more. And then turn your back toes slightly forward. Yeah, now bend the front knee, turn your chest plate. There you go. Yeah, it's always in the foundation.
Breathe deep.
Let's take our arms down by our sides and then clasp them together behind us. Just for fun, straighten your front leg. Pull the kneecaps up. Make your legs feel super tight and see if you can get a little more square. So, right hip back, left hip forward. Now, bend into the right knee again. Start to fold forward, chest to the knee. The gaze goes to the back foot. Let the head down. Now that you're in that forward fold, can you bend the right knee just a little deeper? Pull the right hip back and the left hip forward. Get a little more square. Take one more breath. And then push down to rise up. Yeah, arms reach, take a deep breath. And then exhale, take a flow. Hands down. Step back lightly, lower nice and slow. Remember, it's forward and down. Inhale for cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot steps up, right foot turns flat. Ground the feet. Make sure you have a nice long and wide stance. And then the arms reach up high. You got this. Take your time. There is no rush.
To release the stress.
It's a process. And if we trust the process and we trust the moments and we use our breath, the poses actually start to move down on the list in terms of priority.
Breathe in.
That's it. I mean, what's more important than feeling your feet on the ground, feeling a breath running through you, and having a clear mind that's not full of judgments and random weird thoughts?
Deep breath.
I'd say the pose helps us get there. That's it. Let's take our arms down by our sides. And then clasp behind. Put the other index finger in front, if you can figure that out. It's the weird one. Squeeze your shoulder blades back. And then start to fold forward.
Too much complication over stimulation.
I forgot to straighten your leg, didn't I? I did. So right here, we're going to bend the front knee a little deeper. And then we're going to pull the left hip back and the right hip forward so we get a little more square. Yeah, that was it. Now push down to rise up. Lift your head, lift your chest. Go ahead and straighten that front leg. Just feel what that feels like. Maybe you can get a little more square here. You might even take a little back bend. It could feel sweet. Open the collarbones. Good. Then release your arms. Let's bend into the left knee. Arms reach. Exhale, flow it out. Hands down, step back lower. Do it in your own pace. You're starting to know the movement, so I don't want to interfere. The pacing comes from your breath, not from my voice. Find your way to downward facing dog.
Traveling.
Okay.
To the other side. Let the mind slip back through the crack.
One more breath here. And then look at your hands. Let's walk our feet up to the top of the mat. Feet together. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, fold. Bend your knees, chair pose. We're going to add a twist into this one. Hands come to heart center. Now we go a little deeper. Right elbow outside the left knee. So we're crossing the midline. Right elbow outside the left knee. Cross the midline. Yeah. Make it a little bit deeper. Let's exalt the arms. Presence, right? Feet on the ground, breath moving through the body. No distraction. Doing, really doing what you're doing as you do it. Are the hips a little square? Do you feel the same weight in both feet? Let's take, and then forward fold.
Enter the temple.
Okay.
Enter the
Just stay in that forward fold, let it go. Inhale, lift halfway. Fold again. Then bend the knees, come to chair pose. Yep. Now you remember from the beginning that we're sitting back in the heels. If you're heavy in your toes, that means a lot of weight in the knee joint. Not a good thing. We're going to stay for a while, so we got to do it well, right? Sit back, hands to heart, twisting to the other side. Left elbow goes outside right knee. Left elbow outside the right knee. Just think about that. See if you can build that relationship. Knee pushing out, elbow pushing in until they lock. Weight equal in the feet. Heels and toes, feeling it all equal. Exalt the arms if it feels good. If you feel like you're just getting by where you are, don't do it. Right? There's always options. This is an all levels class. It's meant to serve everyone. So you got to add on if you want to and back off if you need to. Take one more breath. And then let's let it go. Forward fold. Ah. All right. Take one more breath. Open mouth. Make a sigh on the exhalation. And then lift halfway. Inhale. Good. Fold on the exhale. Using a flat back, rise all the way to standing. Let's lift the arms. Touch the palms and then pull it right into heart center. All right. Lift the right knee up to your belly. I like it. Take your right hand on the outside of your knee with your fingers open, palm open. Right hand, right knee. On the outside. Pretend that your hand is a wall on the outside. Open your fingers, right hand outside, right knee. And then push your knee out and push your hand in. Woo, make them meet. Feel that. Take your left arm up. Now, I want you to feel that pressure. The knee is going to win. The hand is going to create some resistance, but you're going to open wide to the side. And then the hand says, hey, that's not fair. I want to win. So the knee is going to resist and the hand's going to push in. You did it. Put it down. Switch to the other side. Simple. Left knee rises. Left hand goes to the outside. Open the fingers. It's almost like your hand is like a wall. Same hand, same foot. Oh, you can't. Okay. Right arm up. Knee is gonna win. Hand resists. Push it open. Feel how strong your hip is. How good your balance is. Steady and slow. Now let the hand win. Push. Knee resists. Nice and strong. Put it down. That was beautiful. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Let's walk our fingertips a little bit forward. So you're in the, not really a down dog, but not really a forward fold either. And I want you to get all 10 fingertips on the floor. All 10 fingertips. So lift off of your wrists, lift off of your palms, and get on the fingers. The fingers can be really strong. The palms can be really strong. You can feel the muscle squeeze in the center of the palm. So we're not on the knuckles. Lift the knuckles, just on fingertips, and not that far forward. Bring your hands back. There you go. All right. Right leg lifts behind you. I like that. Try not to lift it too high. Keep it about the same height as your own hips. Straighten the arms, look up, lengthen. Not bad. Let's flex that right foot. Make it a little more active and turn the toes down toward the floor so the outer right hip stays low. Very good. Now, start to lift your left arm and take a look up at the left hand, twisting open to the left side. You got it. I like it. Move like you're moving through water, so it's not too quick. Eyes come down, left hand comes down, and slowly right foot comes down. Let's bend our knees and take a little squat at the top of the mat. Happiness. Yeah, a little squat, not a chair pose, a rest. Right? So you're on your toes, round your body over your legs, let your head down. All right. Feet are together, knees are together. We're going to start to lift our head, straighten our spines, and you're going to reach up with your arms. You're going to push your heels flat, and you're going to go from this little toe squat into chair pose. Hold right there, and then push all the way up and take a little stretch at the top. Hands to heart center. Okay, inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Walk the fingertips a little forward. It's probably about 10 inches maybe between your toes and your fingers. You can feel a little weight in all 4 points, the feet and the hands, and then the left leg rises. Try not to lift too high. We don't want the left hip to go up, just the left leg. So think about the outer left hip dropping. Yeah, it's harder if you have tight hamstrings. And then you flex that back foot. Flex it like you're pushing it into a wall, and then dial the toes down a little toward the ground. That's it. So we're going to hold that. That's discipline, right? Then left hand stays down, right arm starts to reach up. It's just like exalting your arms and twisting. Both legs have a purpose. The legs feel like they're pulling into the hip sockets. Yeah, that's that point right there. Squeeze the sit bones a little closer. Protect it, right? That's it. The spine gets long. The leg gets long behind you. So good, everyone. And then eyes down, hands down, foot down. Take it slow. Take that little squat at the top of the mat. Round your body. It's almost like child's pose on your tippy toes. And then we'll turn that little squat into the chair pose. Take your time. Heels go flat. Arms start to reach. Legs strong under you. Yep. And then press all the way up. Take that little stretch. Hands come to heart center. Inhale. Arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to flow. Lift and lengthen on the in-breath. Let's go to plank and lower on the out-breath. Inhaling through the back bend of your choice. I see some upward-facing dogs, some beautiful cobras, and then exhale back to down dog. All right, right foot steps to the hands. And then take a little step up with your left foot because I want you to have a slightly shorter stance here and both feet flat on the ground. Yep, let's bring our hands to our hips and then rise up with a flat back and straighten both legs. It's pyramid pose, right? We press the big toes down and we lift the kneecaps up gently. Both legs straight. Stand tall. You might even lean back. I want you to feel like you're standing on your back leg. Now squeeze the upper back. The elbows pull back. The chest plate is forward. All things familiar we've been doing, right? That's it. Now I want you to hold your right hand on your hip. And I want you to take your left arm up to the sky. And then fold halfway, literally parallel with the ground. Notice what happens with your hips here. They're slippery. Right? Sometimes one goes forward, one goes back. Let's square them like we were doing in our lunges earlier. Right hip back, left hip forward, both legs straight. You guys got that? There's a lot going on. Both feet are flat. Don't lift that back heel. It's going to be hard to balance. Feet are grounded, legs are straight, spine is long. Now, left hand to right shin. Left hand, right shin. Start twisting open. Twist to the right. Let's put our hand on our sacrum. Put your hand on your lower back. Does it feel flat or does it feel tilted? If it's tilting, it's because you have more weight in one leg than the other. See if you can find even. Then reintegrate the feet, the legs, and the hips so they'll hold and twist, reaching that right arm up. It doesn't feel like you got a lot going on there, but you do. Draw the head back. If the head is swinging to the right, the balance is difficult, right? So you got to keep your head centered. Pull your head back toward me a little. There it is. Better. Use that left hand. Yep. And then eyes go down, hands go down. Let's soften the right knee. Yay. Step your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Give me a chair pose on the inhale. Bend your knees, arms reach. Stay in chair pose. I'm gonna mess with you a little bit. Let's lift our heels. Take the pose up on your toes. Yeah, all of a sudden you found new muscles. You didn't even know you had them. Now see if you can lift the heels a little higher and bend your knees a little deeper. That's it. Hold right there. Bring the arms down parallel in front of you, like just straight out in front of you. Palms facing the ground. Pull the shoulder heads back. Lift your head a little higher. Tailbone starts to drop. Head moves back even more. One more breath. Then flatten the heels. Let the arms down. Whew, let it go. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Just playing. Lift and lengthen. Go to plank and lower. Both feet go back. Remember, knees down or not. Forward and down with the chest. Every time we get a little better at articulating the movements in the body. We get a little closer to finding the balance. On the exhale, you go to down dog. Okay. Left foot's gonna step up to the hands. And we're taking our time. We're breaking it all down. Now that right foot takes a little step up. Remember, we're not on a tightrope. The feet are not in one line. They're a little wide, but a little shorter. Both feet are flat. And then slowly rise up. Hands go on your hips for a moment. Let's see if we can get a little more square. Both legs are straight. It's really important that you can feel this like spiraling action of the muscles. The big toes push down and in. That would make an internal rotation. The thigh muscles pull up and back. That balances it so everything is streamlined. Can you feel it? Yeah, so that is important. Let's hold that. And then we're going to keep the left hand on the hip because it'll keep it in place, and then take the right arm up high to the sky. Start folding halfway. This could be the hardest part. See what's happening with your hips. This is mindful, right? This is conscious effort. Left hip back, right hip forward. Now that left hand's going to move onto your sacrum. Keep it flat. And place your left hand on your right shin. Left hand, right shin. What happened with the hips? Did they start to slant? Let's pull. Right hip back. Stay square. There are muscles on your outer hips. They feel like a vice. They're called the medial glutes. You squeeze them a little bit here. And then start twisting. Start twisting open. Let's reach that left arm high. So it's left hip back, right hip forward. A little more weight on the front leg sometimes. Yeah. Twist and reach to the sky. Ground your feet. Keep twisting from your strong waistline. Belly button turning. Feet grounding. So much happening here. Yes, breathe. Lift those knees a little bit. Strong footprints. Heels grounded. All of it. Yes. All of it's happening at one time. And then the eyes go down. The hand comes down. Soften that left knee. Say it. Yeah. And then look forward. Step the right foot up to meet the left. Inhale, inhale, not the arms. Your head lifts. Your chest lifts. And then exhale, fold. Now, chair pose. Bend your knees. Take it on your toes. Sweet little baby toes on the end. Make sure you're using them. Now, stay on your toes. Start straightening your legs. Instead of going lower, we go higher. Where'd we hear that one before? Let's stay high on the toes. Arms reach high to the sky. Feel the tailbone draw down and the front ribs draw in, so you feel even more streamlined in your core. So no booty sticking out, no ribs sticking out. Pull everything together. Now, I'm going to ask you to time it so you feel your grace. The heels come down slowly. The arms return back down to your sides. Yep. Inhale, both arms reach. And exhale, fold. Lift and lengthen on your in-breath. Go to plank pose. We're going to hold the plank. Just hold it there. 5 breaths. Are you really breathing, or are you waiting for me to tell you to lower? Head forward, heels back, tailbone in, streamline, rib cage in. Last inhale. As you exhale, go ahead and lower. Forward and down. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, child's pose. You're welcome. That's it. Just one more breath. Just round the tailbone toward the heels just for this one little stretch. Just make sure that lower back is feeling wide and spacious. And then come into tabletop. Tabletop pose. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. I'm going to play with you again. Roll onto your right side. Keep the right knee and the right hand down. Reach your left leg back and your left arm up to the sky. I like it. Now float the left leg in the air, parallel to the ground. Simple lines. Nothing easy about it. Turn the left palm forward, reach the bicep over the ear. Again, beware. Sometimes the tailbone or the ribs slip out of line, so pull them back in. Streamline. Yep. Action through the heel, action through the fingertips. Then keep the leg where it is, bring the arm back up. Now, just look at your neighbor because you don't really want to poke them, but I want you to flex your hip and bring your left leg in front of you. And then start twisting your left arm behind you. Look up to the sky. Keep it in the air. You guys had a good idea to put it down, but pick it up, please. Pick it up, feel it. Yes, push out in front of you, reach out behind you. If you put your foot down, your sacrum's going to tilt in the wrong direction, so hold it up there. Use your muscles, and then come back in line. You got it. Arm up, leg back in line, and return to your tabletop. Rest. You can wiggle. Do a little dancing lion, like just a little bit of movement, you know? That's it. Move everything, make sure everything feels okay. Breathe. Notice which direction you're moving, and then after the next one, we'll make a movement in the other direction. So find your way back to center, onto your left side. Left hand, left knee stay on the mat. Right arm up to the sky, right leg extends back. Just hold there, make sure everything's in line, and then start floating the right leg up. Simple lines, but not so easy. Yep, left foot off the floor. Push out through your heel. Push down into your left hand, reach the right one up. You got it. The bottom knee is on the ground, so we're not in a side plank here because you won't be able to do the other work, right? That's it. Let's turn the palm forward, reach the bicep over the ear. And then just notice what happens when the tailbone and the rib cage pull in, right? Instead of letting them out like an arch in the back, like really integrate the core. Feel the front ribs come down and in. We knit them in tight like a corset. That's it. And then the arm comes back up. Let's hinge at the hip. Bring the right leg in front of you. Try not to poke your neighbor. It's not a good spot for a big toe poke, right? Yeah. All right, arm starts to reach back behind you, chest up toward the sky. Twisting, reaching both directions. You got this. Lift that leg a little higher. Try to keep it as high as your hip. Ooh, there it is. Now you could reach back a little further. And then streamline it. Bring it back in line and put it down gently. Right knee down, right hand down. Do your dancing lion, your circular movements into the other direction. Just stretch your body. Natural movements. Everything will fade away, even that hard sensation that was just bothering you so much. It's already gone, yeah? All right, find your center, tuck your toes. We're gonna float our knees, floating tabletop. Hands under shoulders. Toes are tucked and knees are floating. It's a tiny lift, it's not a down dog, so the knees are maybe 2 or 3 inches off the floor. That's it, come down low. If you're in down dog, bend the knees, float the tabletop. So eyes are forward past your hands. You're in tabletop, but floating the knees. There you go. Better? Yeah, hands squeeze in, feet try to spread the mat apart. Get a little extra muscle integration. And then just tiny bit, lift your right toes. Just feel what that feels like. And then put them back down. Switch, don't hold your breath, just pick up your left toes. Keep breathing. Put them down. Right hand touches left shoulder. And then put it down. Left hand, right shoulder. That's not as hard if your knees are on the floor. And then go to down dog. I see you. All right. We're going to take one last vinyasa. Push back, inhale. As you exhale, come forward and lower. Take a deep breath in the back bend of your choice. Sweet back bend. And then downward facing dog. All right, find your way to a seated position. Sit comfortably. Sit up tall. A moment of stillness, that's all it is. Feel your heartbeat. Connect with your breath. Draw the tailbone slightly down into the earth so that you don't have an anterior tilt and you don't have your ribs poking forward. I want you to sit back. Yeah, there you go. Feel the breath, lift the front body, and feel the exhale draw down into the tailbone, as if the breath cycles through you. We lift the inhalation, the lift of the chest, the awakening and the filling of the lungs, and then with the exhale, we root down energy-wise into the ground. Do it again. Inhale, let it lift the front body. Exhale, let it melt the back body. That's it. A few more rounds. Everything in cycles, everything in balance. Yeah. Sometimes that's all it takes, is a moment of stillness and a moment to connect with your breath, to find yourself back in the present moment. Our minds are crazy skilled in time travel. Our thoughts take us way into the future, and sometimes they make us stuck in the past. But when we sit still and we just follow the breath, it's happening live in real time. It's an important practice because our lives are happening now. Take one more round. Open your mouth like a little sigh on that exhale, and then blink your eyes back open. Let's put our right hand on our left knee. Take the left hand behind us and take a gentle twist. This one's not meant to be like digging in or trying really hard, just the softest rotation. Chest turning left, tailbone drawing down. Feel the weight in both sit bones. Try not to lift your left knee with your hand, but instead maybe press it down. Then lift your left arm, bicep to the ear. I said it wrong. No, I didn't. I watched somebody do it wrong. Yeah. And then we're just going to take a little side stretch. Just bend to the right. The left hand holds you in the twist as you do that little lateral stretch. Just keep breathing. And then inhale, come back up. Switch the crossing of your legs as we prepare for the other side. Left hand, right knee. Right arm behind you, gentle twist. Tailbone down, chest broad. Yeah, simple. Then the right arm goes bicep to the ear, and we take that little side stretch. Just bend to the left. It should feel so good.
Take me to that higher place.
I love when the movements start to slow down and we start to be a little tender, right? We start to be a little more sensitive with ourselves. Let's bring the right arm down and face forward. Unfold your legs completely. And then lay yourself down slowly. Use your core so you lay down really slow, one vertebra at a time. Lay the head down. Good. Right knee is going to pull into the belly. Give it a little squeeze. And then slide your left leg over to the right a little bit. Let's twist over to the left side. As your knee comes around, release both arms out like a T. Soft. It doesn't have to be the deepest twist. The knee doesn't have to go to the floor. But you do want the hips to turn. So you do want to create at least a little rotation in the lower spine. And then just look to the right. Look this way. There it is. Yeah. Now, just as carefully as you went in, let's keep the right knee bent and roll onto your back for a fallen tree pose. Let the right knee fall open. Keep it bent. Let the hip relax for a moment. Both arms come up over the head. Right knee is bent. It's like a fallen tree pose. Just let your body feel free for a moment. No trying, no reaching, just a shape and a breath. And then the right knee comes back to center. You slide it down the mat. Left knee pulls in, we grab it with the hands. Give it a good squeeze, a little push, a little pull. Slide your right leg over to the left. And then twist to the right. As your knee comes around to the right side, open your arms out like a T.
Take me to that higher place.
That's it. Let's take one more breath. And then slowly and carefully, left knee stays bent. We just roll onto our backs and let the left knee fall open to the left. Take the arms up overhead. So no longer do you have to organize or create muscle actions. You just get to be. What does it feel like just to be in a shape? Not change it. Just breathe. Let's bring that knee back up. And then slide it down the mat. Bring your arms down by your sides. Breathe in that fresh, cool air that's moving right over you. And then let yourself settle. If you have a shirt or a jacket, you might want to put it on or just cover yourself with it. When you stop moving, the body does cool down quickly. Or you can continue to feel the warmth that you created inside. Focus on that movement around the diaphragm. And keep the fire burning. That heat and that fire that was burning all through the practice is still in there. It's just more like embers now. Let's take our time. Test. It's okay. Let's take our time and slowly awaken. Maybe you just wiggle your fingers and your toes. You start to stretch and move and breathe. My batteries are gonna die. So go ahead and bring yourself up into a seated position. And we sit up tall again, just with a little bit of mindfulness. Let's bring our hands in prayer in front of the heart. I want you to take a moment, just think about, like if you wanted to send good vibes out somewhere in the world, is there someone that needs them? Is it peace in Ukraine? Is it a friend going through something? Maybe it's you. Maybe you need to just cultivate this feeling and hold it for yourself because life's been hard. And you finally feel a moment of peace. There's nothing selfish about that. There are times when we need to acknowledge what we need for ourselves, and when we have an overflowing abundance of something, then we want to generously give it out. But we can't give out of an empty cup, right? So for this moment, decide, what you want to do with this energy. And then we're going to close the practice with the beautiful and the sacred sound of Om. So you can do that for yourself to amplify it, or you can do it to send and direct it somewhere. But consciousness is what matters in this moment. So let's take a deep, deep breath in. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, perfect peace. May we seal this practice with peace. May we walk away from it feeling peace. May we be an example of peace in the world. Namaste. I made it before the battery completely died. It's going, it's blinking. Thank you all so, so much. I appreciate you all so much. Your presence matters. Coming out here matters. Taking care of yourself and being part of community matters. All of it. Really, really so valuable. I love the idea that there are this many people that feel like this going back out into our community. So keep coming to yoga. If you haven't been to my studio, come visit. I have passes if you want to come and be my guest. Just come try it. I'll be happy to share it with you. The studio is Yoga Journey. It's right next to the mall on 19th and Butts Road in Glades Plaza. So come and check it out. We have all kinds of amazing events going on all the time, not just weekly classes. And yeah, that's it. So if you haven't signed in, I have the clipboards. And if anyone has an extra minute or two to help with the tables and chairs, that would be wonderful. Just putting them back for the city. I'm working on a new program with the city. I'll keep you posted about that. But we're going to try to do some pop-up events around town. And what else is coming up?
Check, check.